On the stand now is Dimitrois Arfanis. He's on cross-examination. He's talking here about what happened when he and a group of guys, including the defendant, showed up at that second house.
Out here, came back down that way.
Okay, and ultimately the car came to a stop initially in front of Tyler Rich's house, 43 Laurel Glen Drive, right?
Yes.
And you said when the car came to a stop, or let's back up just a second. As you drove by the first time before taking the U-turn, did you look into the yard of 43 Laurel Glen?
I did.
And you could already see people out there, right?
Yeah.
Did it seem like they were waiting and expecting you to come?
Yeah. They knew we were coming.
They knew you were coming?
Uh-huh.
How many people did you see?
That's speculative.
Sustained.
That's to be stricken.
Sustained. I'm going to strike the response to the question that was asked by the attorney, that they knew that they were coming. Okay, so please strike that from the evidence. Thank you.
You could see the people in the yard?
I could.
From their demeanor, did they appear to be surprised to you that the car was there?
No.
And how many people did you see in the yard?
Like 8 or 9.
Could it have been more?
It could have, yeah. People kept flowing in afterwards, too, so more people came out after we got there.
Did the crowd quickly grow?
Yeah.
And how many people ultimately would you say were there?
I couldn't give you like a number, but it was more than 8 or 9 at the end.
Okay. And they started to swarm the car, right?
Initially, not aggressively. They just came up to the car to talk.
Okay, that was the initial 8 or 9 or more than that?
The initial, like 8 or 9.
And when they came up to the car to talk, they came up as a group?
They did, yeah.
And were they all on one side of the car, or did they surround the car?
I think it was surrounded, yeah.
Okay. And where was your attention focused at that point?
I was looking like towards the house through like the little window in the back.
All right. So not through the very rear window you're saying, but through a side window that was looking at the house?
Yeah.
Okay. And as you were watching that, you saw this initial group approach the vehicle, correct?
Correct.
And you were watching and you could see more people coming behind, correct?
Yes.
And those people were also coming at the car, correct?
Yes.
And you said that some of those people started talking with Jack Snyder and Tyler De Silva, right?
Correct.
Do you know who those people were?
No, never met him.
Okay, these people were all strangers to you that were at the 43 Laurel Glen Drive?
Yeah, all of them.
And you described that the conversation was peaceful at first.
It was.
Could you hear what was being said?
Not really, no, but I know it was in an aggressive manner.
Were the windows in the vehicle up or down?
Jack's was definitely down. I don't know about the rest.
Did any of the people in the back seat just in front of you, did any of them get out of the car?
No, not in the beginning, when we drove down afterwards.
Okay, let's focus on where we are right now, just in front of the house,
All
okay?
right.
None of them got out of the vehicle at that point?
Nobody, no.
Okay. And you described that eventually the conversation was peaceful at first, but then it became less peaceful, shall we say?
Yeah.
Okay. And that was because the folks that came out of 43 Laurel Glen said something, you're not sure what,
No.
and then Jack said something back, you said.
Yeah.
Do you know what Jack said back?
No.
Was Tyler saying anything back?
At that point, they both started talking back and forth more aggressively with the people outside. I don't remember exact words.
Was Mr. Valle talking with anybody outside the car?
Not really, no.
Will Sinjwald talking with anybody outside the car?
No.
Keenan Frasick talking with anybody outside the car? At this point, were there people on all sides of the vehicle?
Yeah.
And people started hitting the car?
Yes.
People started throwing stuff at the car?
Yes.
Could you hear things shatter or smash?
Yes.
You saw a kid on the back of the car?
Yes, jumping up and down.
How? He was just on the other side of where you were seated in the trunk?
Yeah.
Just one kid? A few kids?
Just one.
Okay. How long did that go on for?
Like a minute, and then Jack drove off.
How did you feel back there?
Wasn't a fun experience.
You're scared?
Yeah.
Terrified?
Sure.
And eventually the car drove off, you told us.
It did.
And that vehicle was this vehicle that we see here in State's Exhibit 30, right?
Correct.
And when you got in the vehicle that night, it did not have this defect on the front windshield, did it?
It did not.
Did you ever see anybody reach into the driver's side window?
I did not.
Did you ever see anybody lean in their upper half of their body into the driver's side window and struggle with Jack Snyder?
I did not know.
Are you certain that people were surrounding the car and jumping on it?
Yes.
The car drove off and stopped. I think you've described it as being just a little bit before 36 Laurel Glen Drive there. Can you point it out to us? Do you have the pointer there?
Like right here.
In that area, okay. And that's what we saw on the video that was played for you, Exhibit 44?
Yes.
And there were 3 people that we saw get out of the vehicle at that point, right?
I thought it was just 2, but
Did you see one person get out and walk ahead of the vehicle and then 2 people remain behind the vehicle, sort of?
I saw 2 people for sure. I don't remember a third now.
Okay. There were only 7 of you in the car, though, right?
Correct, yeah.
You didn't pick anybody else up at any other point?
No.
None of the folks from Trumbull High School got in your car and rode with you?
No.
Okay. And when those people got out, you were still in the trunk area?
Correct.
And you saw in the video that people came chasing down the street, right?
Yes.
Do you recall seeing them do that while you were in the car?
Yes.
And do you recall things being thrown at the vehicle while that happened?
Yes.
Could you hear what was being shouted from inside the car?
No.
And when that car got out, and we saw that on the video in 44, you think that was Tyler DeSilva and Raul Valle who got out of the vehicle?
Correct.
Do you think there was another person who also got out of the vehicle?
I only remember 2 people getting out.
Okay. Those people got out, and then the car continued on down the road, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So when that vehicle stopped there where you showed us before, and those people got out, can you point to that again for us?
Like right here.
Okay. And then the car, you remained in the vehicle, and it drove forward.
All right, we'll step aside here for a break, folks. Coming up on Court TV, things get a bit testy when the defense attorney questions the witness about what he thinks he saw and what he told police officers. Cross-examination in the Preppy Party Murder Trial continues when we return.
Tonight on Closing Arguments, diving deeper into the evidence against a music mogul facing decades behind bars. Our teams are live as the Diddy sex trafficking trial nears its dramatic finish.
Closing Arguments, tonight at 8/7 Central, only on Court TV.
Friday nights, the WNBA is on Island. 2 #1 draft picks face off as Caitlin Clark and the Fever take on Paige Beckers and the Wings. Then, reigning champs Liberty head to Phoenix to battle the Mercury. Coverage begins Friday night at 7. Find Ion wherever you watch. Ion, it's on.
I kind of was just over top of the defendant, punched him in the face 2 times, and then I just felt a jab in my side, and I looked down, and I see the defendant with his right hand clenched up in a ball like this, and he's just poking at my side.
Did you see any weapon on him?
No, I didn't see a weapon or anything. I just seen his fist and just going like this repeatedly over and over again.
We're in day 5 of the Preppy Party Murder Trial for Raul Valle. The jury is hearing Dimitrois Arfanis' testimony. Here he's on cross-examination now. He was originally in the car with the defendant before the stabbings occurred. He's being pressed about the knife in question, how it got into his hands, who was asking for it, etc. Let's get back inside that courtroom.
Had you seen at any point in that evening Mr. Snyder with a knife?
I did not know.
And you can't remember Mr. Valle's exact words, but you said he was mad and he was yelling.
Yeah.
What was Mr. Snyder doing?
He was also very upset that his car had dents and scratches on it.
And what was Mr. DeSilva doing?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
You didn't see a knife at any point?
No.
And you said you were down there for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Did you go back and sit on the curb?
Yeah.
How soon after you claimed to have heard Mr. Valle ask for the knife did you go sit on the curb?
After he asked, they went back, and I sat there to wait.
Okay. And so you're sitting on the side of the curb when you see Mr. De Silva, Mr. Snyder, and Mr. Valle get back into the vehicle.
Correct, yeah.
It's still facing down towards Farmhouse Lane at that point.
Yeah.
Mr. Snyder got in the driver's side.
Correct.
Mr. De Silva got in the front passenger side.
I don't remember where he was sat at that point.
Do you remember where Mr. Valle got into the car?
No.
And did Mr. Frasick go back and sit down on the curb with you at that point?
Yeah.
So Mr. Frasick wasn't sitting on the curb the entire time. He came with you to where the car was to inspect it, and then he went back and he sat down on the curb.
We were all like around the car, yes. Then we sat down.
And you said you couldn't see where the car went, but it headed off in the direction of 43 Laurel Glen.
Yeah, yeah.
And that eventually the car returned, and you could see that Mr. De Silva was all beat up, right?
Correct, yeah.
He was bloody.
Yes.
And you said he could barely form words.
Yeah.
Could you see injuries to his body or his face?
His face was definitely swollen.
Any other injuries that you could see that were apparent?
No.
But just blood?
Yeah.
And you also told officers on May 16th that you could see a cut on Mr. Valle's head, correct?
I don't remember saying that now.
Do you recall in Madison's car seeing a cut on Mr. Valle's head?
I don't know.
You don't recall that?
I do not know.
You don't deny that you said that, you just don't recall it.
Yeah, right now I don't recall a cut on his face.
And you've told us here that you heard Lito asking if there was a knife. Do you recall telling officers when you were interviewed that you think somebody was asking for it? You think that was Lito?
No.
You're certain that that was him?
Yeah, for sure.
Then you told us that Mr. Valle got in the car with you into Madison Traficante's car, right?
Yeah.
And where was Mr. Valle sitting?
Behind the passenger seat.
And where were you sitting?
Behind the driver's seat.
Okay, so you were sitting on opposite sides of the vehicle?
Correct.
And who was sitting in between you, if anyone?
Keenan.
And where was Mackenzie?
In the passenger seat.
Okay, so in the back seat, it's you, Keenan, and then Mr. Valle.
Correct.
Did you get a good view of Mr. Valle?
Not really, it was dark.
Okay. Could you see when he got into the car whether or not he had any injuries?
No, he looked fine to me.
He looked fine to you?
Yeah.
Didn't appear to be bleeding?
No.
Didn't appear to be maybe not as battered as Mr. De Silva?
He was not like Tyler at all.
And on the way home, was it quiet in the car?
Yeah.
Nobody was talking?
Keenan just asked Lito what happened, and that's it.
Mr. Valle didn't respond?
He said...
Objection. Calls for hearsay.
What the defendant said?
Yes. Self-serving.
It's a statement of a party opponent, counsel.
What the
What
defendant
Mr.
said?
Valle said?
Beg your pardon, Your Honor?
What Mr. Valle said?
What the defendant said?
What the defendant said?
Yes.
Oh. So it's self-serving at this point.
Right.
So I'm going to sustain the objection. Thank you.
So you heard talking in the car? So.
Yeah.
You never saw a knife that evening, correct?
I did not know.
But you claim that you heard Mr. Valle asking for a knife.
Yes.
And who was he asking for a knife?
Jack.
Did you see Jack Snyder with the knife?
I did not.
Nothing further. Thank you.